Hey everybody, Dan here from the Global Run Club. Listen, I just finished a 30-minute hill workout here after a really busy week. I did it out here on Gibbets Hill, part of Signal Hill, the National Historic Site, because I love the view of St. John's Harbor, and also because on the other side of the hill I can sometimes see whales. I'll show them to you next time I'm out and about. Listen, I want to talk today about what's your minimum training load to not lose fitness. So basically, when life gets really busy, you've built up a nice endurance base, but life is busy, too busy for you to have a normal training week and stay on plan. What is the minimum that you need to do to keep the strength and endurance that you've built? Now, this happens for a whole bunch of reasons. For me, it's just generally that life gets in the way. And so when my day job gets real busy, or if I'm on vacation spending lots of time with my kid, I find it really hard to put in the 90 or 100 kilometers a week that I really like to have in a normal training block. And so I got to thinking, what's the minimum that I need to do to not lose fitness? And that's what we're talking about today. There is great science behind what I'm telling you today, and a link to a cool study from 2001 is in the description of this video. So if you've got questions, you can check that out. But as always, if you hit us up in the comments, we'll read everything you send and we'll reply, when we've got something to say. So from a strength training point of view, how often do you need to lift to not lose strength and fitness? Well, the answer may surprise you. It's just 1 or 2 quality sessions a week. And in those 1 or 2 sessions a week, exercises with reps, 1 to 3 sets. And so you can really decrease a ton of volume on the strength side and not lose a ton of strength. Now, if you're a bodybuilder and you're worried about muscle mass, it's a different conversation. But for functional strength for us runners, that's what you need. You need at least 1 quality session a week, and that session can have significantly reduced reps down to 1 to 3 sets. This is really important because, lots of us get into the gym, we're trying to be really efficient. 45 minutes, like get in and get out, all that makes sense. But if you really are focused on just keeping some of that leg strength we need as runners, you can decrease it quite a lot. But here's the key. You've got to lift heavy on those shorter sessions. So if you're only getting to the gym once a week, you've got to make sure that is a quality session where you're lifting heavy. Now, here's the catch on that. We can't just go into one session and lift really heavy because we're risking injury. So you cannot skip that warm-up and stretching before you get under the bar. Oh, I love this downhill section, but I hope it's not too windy for you. Listen, on the running side, here's the key. You can decrease volume and you can decrease the number of sessions you have a week. So you don't need to run as many kilometers, you don't need to run as often, but you need to keep intensity. So if you're having a super busy week or you're on vacation, say, you don't want to spend a ton of time away, the key, if you're going to get out for a short run, make that run high quality by keeping the intensity up. So, it's a normal work week. You didn't get out at lunchtime the way you wanted to. You dropped the kid off at a sousaphone lesson. You've only got 30 minutes. You didn't get out the day before. Get that 30-minute tempo run in. But again, the same as the strength training, if you're gonna only work for 30 minutes and you want to keep the intensity high, do a little stretching and a little warm up first. I really don't want you just going out there and getting hurt. Speaking of getting hurt, that's where the difference maker is. If the reason that you're not training as much as normal is that you're injured, well, obviously this rule about decreasing volume but keeping intensity, that's not going to help you very well. So prioritize recovery from injury first. If you're taking time off from injury, rushing back is the only surefire way to end up taking more time off. We all have friends who've done that. We've done it ourselves. Now, this principle about decreasing volume but keeping intensity as a way of sustaining fitness, this is the same thing we tell you when it comes time to taper before your big race, right? We tell you decrease the number of runs you're doing per week, decrease the number of kilometers you're running a week, but make sure you keep some good, intense sessions in. Now, that's part of the reason I'm out here going up and down these hills for 30 minutes today. I've only got 30 minutes. I wanted to share a couple of them with you. Thanks for being with us along here at the Global Run Club. From Neil and Brad and I, keep running as one.